Is Priest River still on your mind as a potential place for you to move to? Well, today, Clyde and I got my showing assistant out here with me today, helping me out as we go and preview the Priest River area. And we're going to look at some of the pros and cons of the Priest River area. And we're going to get you some new updated footage. We're going to talk about what's going on there in 2005, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is the first time to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe below. Tap the bell so you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on up here in the North Idaho area. I'm Reed Wilson with Revealing North Idaho, and we come at you every week with some new information about what's going on up here in the North Idaho area. Lifelong Idaho resident, 20 years as a real estate agent here in the Idaho area. Been living here in the North Idaho area for the last 10 years. Clyde and I are scoping out Priest River. We're going to do an update on Priest River, and I'm going to talk about 5 different pros and cons going on up here in the Priest River that you need to think about before you make a move to the Priest River area. Let's start with the pros first. It's a great area. Probably the pro number one is it's a great haven for any outdoor enthusiast. So outdoor life is your thing. Fishing, hunting, boating, kayaking. In the winter, you got Schweitzer that's not too far off for skiing. There's just about everything, hiking, biking. If you like to do it, there's an area to do it up there. If you like rivers, lakes, and mountains, this is probably a great place that you would like also. So beautiful area. Number one on my list is there. It is a great area for outdoor enthusiasts. Number two, I'm going to go with it's got a strong sense of community. So tight-knit group there in the Priest River area. They support the local businesses. They, a lot of longtime residents there that really care about the community and what's going on. And I think that's important if you're looking for a place with a sense of community and where people care about what's going on. Number 3, a safe environment. So Priest River is a very safe place, very low crime. When I talk low crime, that does not mean no crime. There is still some crime that goes on. You're always going to have those people that are causing trouble, or the kids out doing things they shouldn't be and whatnot. But it is a very low crime area. If you're watching what's going on in LA and Seattle and Chicago, New York, with all the riots and everything, this is something you will never see in Priest River, Idaho. I can guarantee you that. One, the community would never allow such a thing, but much, much safer environment. So if you're looking for a great place to raise a family or a place to retire where you can get out of the mainstream of stuff going on and want to just feel safe in going in retirement, this could be a place that might interest you. Number 4, stunning natural beauty, and I brought that up. It sits right there on 2 rivers. It sits right there on Priest River, obviously, and the Ponderay River. So Priest River is fed out of Priest Lake, which is a short drive up the canyon there, up the mountain, and that is going to be one of the most beautiful areas person has ever seen. I highly recommend it. But you are there in the midst of the mountains, pine trees, all this type of stuff that North Idaho offers, and so just a lot of stunning beauty there, as you see on our drone shots and whatnot. So just know that if you're looking for a beautiful place to come and be, this might be a place that would really work for you. Number 5, my thinking is more affordable cost of living. That does come with a little bit of a caveat, because when you compare the cost of living in Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene and some of those areas at Hayden, where the prices have really jumped up, Priest River is a lot more affordable. you can still purchase homes in that low 3 to mid 300,000 range. It is hard to do in a lot of these other areas. But like I said, comes with a little bit of a caveat, because as people continue to move, we are seeing prices continue to move up. And so that is something to keep in mind as you're looking at those types of things. Before I jump into the cons, I just want to remind you to, if you're looking at coming to the North Idaho area, be sure and download my free relocation guide. It's in the comments below. Go ahead and click on that, and it has a lot of valuable information for this area. And of course, me and my team, we're never too busy. Always be sure and give us a call, shoot us a text with any questions you might have. 5 cons that I think this area is struggling with. The first one is going to be limited job market. So if you're coming from somewhere and needing to have a certain type job, certain type income, you might struggle a little bit here in the Priest River area, just because it is a small town. You know, a couple thousand people does not offer a lot of advancement and higher job opportunities. There's, you have some restaurants and some of the stores. The lumber yard, the lumber mill there is probably one of the biggest employers there in the area. If you have some experience in the lumber area or truck driving, and I'm sure they're always looking for truck drivers to haul the lumber, or if your dream is being in the forestry, this might be a great place for you. Or if you're retired, or you have the ability to work from home and work remote, that might be a great option. Just know that those would be easier. Otherwise, you are commuting either to Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, or most likely into the Spokane area. So that is something to kind of keep in mind. We kind of touched on number 2 con, and to me, that is the rising housing costs. So this was once a very, very affordable place to live, and it's become a very popular place. And even though compared to what's going on here in North Idaho, it is still quite affordable, it's not near as affordable as it used to be. Amid the frustration of, I'm sure, a lot of the locals, we're seeing housing prices come up. Taxes have gone up, for property tax. And so there is a cost that's happening because of what's happening there with the population growth. And so that is something to keep in mind if you are looking at coming to that area. But we can certainly get you any of that information that you might be looking for. Number 3, limited nightlife and amenities. So there is not much of a nightlife that goes on there in the Priest River area, but that's typically not why people move there. So if you're looking for nightlife or a lot of excitement in the evenings and on the weekends, if it's over and above a good farmer's market or something like that, then this may not be the place for you. So just maybe keep that in mind. Number 4, get a lot of mixed reviews on inclusivity. Some of the reviews that I've read are the area is not very diverse, and that's true. Most of North Idaho is not a very diverse area. There is not a lot of diversity up here. That is probably mainly just, kind of the way North Idaho's been. And not to say that diversity is not welcome. It just, a lot of these smaller towns up here in the North Idaho have not had this integration, and there's not a lot, we just talked about jobs. There's not a lot to bring in a lot of diversity. So, if you're looking for a community that has a lot of diversity and that type of thing, this may not feel like what you're looking for. It's a very tight-knit community, wonderful community, beautiful area. So it's one of those things where if that is a concern, I would recommend going and spend a little time there. Take a trip, stop into Priest River, go sit at the diner or the coffee shop, and I'm sure you'll probably get people that'll come and want to talk your ear off. It's a very friendly group up there, but I just thought I'd bring up that diversity is a concern with some people, and so it did make the list. Probably one of the biggest. I've held this one off for the last because if you have families and kids that are going to school, this is going to affect you. Priest River has schools that are underperforming. In fact, some of the biggest issues have been right now with trying to get, this community to back levies, back bonds, which just has not happened. And so there's been a failed ability to get funding. I know here last year they had to close down the high school and ship kids to different areas because they just did not have the funding to meet all the needs for the school. And so there is a real concern with that. If you're looking at schooling and you're not going to homeschool, just know that with frequent leadership changes and these failed bonds, they are up against a lot of tough issues there to get the schools where they want to be. And it's not that they don't have good teachers or teachers that care or administration that cares, but it is a community thing of trying to get the community to back the schools, back the education, and I get it. You've got a lot of people that have retired that have already put their kids through school. They've gone through school. They don't want to see their taxes keep rising for new people that keep coming in and changing their way of life. So I understand it's a catch-22, but that is one of the things that up against in that Priest River area. So do your research. Feel free, like I said, reach out if you need some additional information on that or some options. Let me know. Be happy to help out with that and get you all the information I have or do some research for you on those types of things. So anyway, that's my 5 pros, 5 cons of what's going on here in the Priest River area. I'm going to throw up a few properties here and there so you can kind of get an idea what home prices are doing in different categories. And as always, whether you're looking to move in 2 weeks or 2 years, my team and I, we're never too busy for you. Give us a call, shoot us a text. Be sure and download my free relocation guide. It's in the comments below. I'd be happy to get you any additional information you might need. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next week on the next video. Have a great week.